Hey, this is Ajamu from the Kbell Training Academy, and today we're going to teach you some of the basics on how to clean and press a kettlebell. We're also going to focus on helping you understand how do you learn how to support the kettlebell in that overhead position. Those three things kind of work hand in hand. These are really a big part of the foundation of kettlebell usage. Once you kind of get these down, sky's the limit. There's not much else you can't do after you get these skills down, okay? So the first skill we're going to focus on is the skill of something we call a clean. So you got to be patient with yourself on this one. You probably won't get it right when you do it first. Some pointers that you can, if it's hurting you a lot, some things you can do, you can wear sweatbands to help soften some of the cushion. But essentially, this really is a skill, and you just have to practice it, and it's a practice that I promise you to get better, okay? So we're going to go one corner in the corner. We're going to grab our kettlebell in that front corner. That's going to be our starting position. Now, honestly, the easiest way to learn how to clean is to start from the chest position. So what I'm going to do is show you guys a really easy way to get into your chest, so you can start this whenever you want, okay? So I grab with two hands like an alternating grip, and I just kind of roll it up the side of my body, okay? So what that allows you to do is use the strength in your arms to get the kettlebell where you want to start, okay? This is important because in a clean, the most important part is where it finishes, how it finishes. So this is why you want to learn this position first. Wrist is always perfectly straight, your elbows in nice and tight, okay? Your knuckles are to the sky. The safest place for your fingers is out of the way. You really just use these hands to hold it. It's okay if you have one kettlebell you want to hold like this at the beginning, but as you get into two kettlebell stuff, you want to learn how to keep at least these three fingers. You have okay, you put the fingers away, okay? But wrist is straight, elbows in tight. So this is your finish position, and remember, as we taught earlier, you're going to squeeze your glutes, and you're going to hold everything nice and tight inside here. So this is where you got to learn to finish, okay? So now, to actually do the clean, what you have to do is release the kettlebell to the floor. Just kind of, you just kind of let it go to the floor, let it fall to the floor. But the key is to keep it nice and close to your body. So I release it to the floor, and then I use my hips and I bring it right back up, okay? So what's going to happen when you do this at first is you're going to release to the floor, and you're going to swing it all the way up here. It's going to hit you really hard. That will happen every single time. So things you can do, put a little piece of paper in here, or put your hand in here. Your elbow and your chest, your upper chest here, should not separate. It should stay nice and tight as you fall to the ground, and then you're going to pull it right back up. So there's really only about 1.5 feet in front of you that you need in terms of space to clean, okay? It shouldn't be coming out over there. It should stay nice and tight and close, right? And that's why I say it's a practice thing, because it's going to fall. And notice, I'm not cranking my hips the way I would if I was doing a swing. Right? If I'm doing a swing, I'm going to go boom all the way out here. When I do a clean, I don't need to do that much, right? So it's down, and I still use my butt, I just don't use as much, right? So you're just really trying to find that pendulum that goes down, and then you rock it back up, okay? That's the key to doing the swing. You know, you have to do it with different hands and whatnot, okay? So once you get your clean down pat, the next step is to learn how to press your kettlebell. Your wrist still stays the same, but you really got to start to watch out for what we call a broken wrist, when it's broken all the way back and the kettlebell's holding back here. And right, this is the first link in your chain for strength that comes from your hands. So you want to make sure you got a nice firm grip, and you know that grip is firm if that knuckle is, if that hand has a nice fist and it's pointing straight up at the sky, elbows in tight, okay? So when you press with the kettlebell, again, it's going to come from your hips. You don't want to get any space inside there. You're going to dip, and you're going to push with your legs, right? And then push with your legs, you're going to make that arm go straight, and it's going to lock out straight, okay? So you know if you're doing this right, if A, you can stand here and hold it, B, if you can take some steps around, okay? If you can walk around with it, then you know you're well on your way to having in what we call a good lockout, a good fixated position for the kettlebell. When you come down, you're going to bring the elbow inside the shoulders, come straight down right back to your chest. This is where you want to finish, okay? So you always want to finish exactly where you started in the clean. So this is because this is the rack position. This is a position you need to be able to hold and be in control of. I'm going to press again. I use my legs. I push up. I lock out, make sure I take a couple of steps, yes, I'm in control. Now my elbow stays inside my shoulders and it comes straight down into my hips. Up, straight down into my hips, okay? You can early on practice doing a negative nice and slow down. That's a good way to kind of make sure you have it. But as time gets on and reps go on, you're gonna find you go faster and faster on the way down. And the only way to make sure you get it right is gonna practice catching it with the hips, okay? One of the skill I want you guys to practice from this position, because it's important if you're gonna try snatches, etc. early on, it's called an overhead lunge. So again, I'm gonna lock out and I'm just gonna practice taking a step back and being in control of the kettlebell over my head. This is just a really great skill to strengthen the core and create a greater range of motion inside the shoulders. So all of those overhead exercises that you're gonna do later are easier to do. So practice those skills and you'll be well on your way to being able to manage any kettlebell workout you see out there on the way. Have fun.